YouTube?
How's it going, YouTube?
It's Pika.
And Chrome Shadow.
And we're here to talk about a few things that need a tune-up in the new Pokemon games.
That's right, we're here to talk about the things that need to be addressed in Pokemon if they're going to continue to pull the weight of Nintendo's handheld market while open up the doors for their mobile gaming market.
That'll be so awesome. Soon I'll be able to play Pokemon anywhere.
You know we own a 3DS, right?
Yeah, but this is different.
Why? Because the phones are more expensive and don't have 3D?
No, because it's more mobile. That's why they call it a mobile phone. Duh.
We just get the video started, please?
Yes, please.
These are the top 10 things we think need to change in Pokemon.
Number 10.
The replayability of the main story. Now this one's low on the list because for most Pokemon games, the replayability comes in for catching all of the Pokemon and, as of the 3DS, connecting wirelessly with other players and maybe having a trade.
Cool.
And even a battle.
Also cool.
And then when you go into battle, you sweep his entire team with your Mega Charizard X that you've been working on for 100 plus hours, and that you keep raising his Eevees and Ivies and making sure he's been bred perfectly so the next generation's even better, and the next generation's even better. And finally you have this awesome Charizard that can sweep an entire team, even his broken little Blastoise. And then he gets pissed at you and he doesn't even talk to you anymore, even though it was just supposed to be a fun little game.
You're gonna be okay. Well, yes, that's good. We'd like to see it expanded more also, as they did in Gold and Silver, where you could go to Kanto and fight all 8 gym leaders there too. So it really made you feel like you were really trying to be a Pokemon master.
Now, the expansion of the main storyline has been done pretty well in Alpha Ruby and Omega Sapphire with the Delta episode, but that didn't feel the same, because I only got about 2.5 hours of extra gameplay out of it, even though it was pretty cool to see Mega Rayquaza and Deoxys. Number 9!
More baby Pokemon. Let's face it, there's no Pokemon cuter than a Togepi or a Pichu. It shows how cute the games can really be. Plus, it gives the average player a reason to get into Pokemon breeding, which has become just as important in the Pokemon community as capturing.
That's right. While breeding Pokemon with the best Eevees and Ivies might be great for us pro players, the average player isn't going to want to spend all that time breeding the perfect Pokemon so they can battle online for 8 hours.
I still think everyone has their favorite baby Pokemon that they're excited to get.
I don't think everyone has a favorite baby Pokemon. I mean, I only catch them to fill up my decks.
Really? Really? Do I have to tell everyone what your favorite baby Pokemon is?
I don't know what she's talking about.
Alright, everyone. Chrome's favorite baby Pokemon is...
Wait. It's Bonsley. But it's so cute. It's a baby tree.
I know. It really is cute.
Anyway, if we're going to go ahead and start handing out baby forms to existing Pokemon, my first choice, Kangaskhan. Here's why. It's already in the pouch. The form. You take it out of the pouch, you slap a cute name on it, boom, new Pokemon.
But I thought that was just a baby Cubone waiting for its mother to die so it could get its skull.
Wow, Pika, that's dark even for me.
That's what the internet told me.
Let's just move on.
Number 8.
More new Pokemon per game. Here's some interesting information. Pokemon Black and White gave us 156 brand new species of Pokemon. Pokemon X and Y, on the other hand, only gave us 72. And that set included a set of keys, so 71.
Yeah, that's why I always loved playing Pokemon as a kid. I mean, seeing all the new Pokemon I could raise and train, and seeing what moves they learned, especially the starters.
Now, having good starters is important for sure, but you also got to have enough Pokemon to balance out the region. That's what gives it its own personality. If you don't have a personality in your region, then why have a brand new region in the first place? That's why I like Pokemon Black and White so much, because it felt like playing Pokemon Red for the first time.
Yeah, totally. White totally felt like playing Blue again. I mean, we're not asking for 150 plus Pokemon per region. Otherwise, we'll be waiting 10 years for each new game. But 100 or more isn't too much to ask.
And that doesn't include Mega Evolutions. I mean, Mega Evolutions are fun and all to play with, even if some of them don't look great, like Mega Slowbro. Number 7!
More Eeveelutions. If you guys haven't noticed, I love Eevee. I love catching one and breeding it so I can have all the Eeveelutions. But in X and Y, they made Eevee a wild Pokemon. So I caught 8 of them, and I named them all after what Eeveelution they were going to be.
Yeah, except for when you used the water stone on the wrong Eevee, so you had a Vaporeon named Flareon.
It was still an awesome Eevee. Jerk.
As much as I'd like to say this was just Pika's idea about the evolutions, it's mine too. I'd love to see 18 different species of Eevee. Could you imagine a fighting Eevee that can stand on its hind legs? Or what about a steel Eevee that has the strength and the speed? Or what about an Eevee with some feathers and some wings that can fly you around the region?
I would love to fly on an Eevee.
Long story short, guys, more Eevees, more fun.
Number 6.
Have less legendaries. Now, to be clear, I do think we should be able to catch every Pokemon in every generation. I just don't think that we should have a whole generation of Pokemon overshadowed by the 27 new legendaries Nintendo is trying to lure us in with.
No, I don't want to be a stereotypical 151er, but back when we started playing Red and Blue and even Gold and Silver, we wanted to catch the legendary Pokemon, and they were super rare. And they were the Pokemon you'd be okay with restarting your game just to get them.
Here's some numbers for you. At the time of this video's release, there are 721 different species of Pokemon. Of them, there are 39 legendaries and 12 mythical Pokemon, which is great, but if you do the math, that means that over 7% of Pokemon in the Pokemon world are legendaries and mythical. Now, take that and you look at the original 151, where there were only 5 legendaries, and you get 3.31%. I'd like to see that number trend down from 7% to something a little less, because I'd like to think that more Pokemon doesn't mean you have to have more legendaries.
And none of them are as good as Mew or Lugia.
Yveltal and Mewtwo are.
Number 5. More interesting gym battles. Usually when you fight the gym leaders, you can beat their entire team with 1 or 2 Pokemon that have a type advantage over the gym. And that's really the biggest problem with gyms these days.
That's right. Whenever you walk into a gym, you can always get a sense of what type they're going to be using, so you can prepare for it. Like, when I was a kid, whenever it came to Erica, I never remembered her, because I'd always choose Charmander. And by the time we found Erica, it would be a Charizard. So I'd end up sweeping her entire team.
We want to see gym leaders that focus more on multi-types and subtypes.
That's right, like you could have a whole gym based off baby Pokemon. Or going with the multi-type idea, you could have some kind of steam gym where it's half fire and half water.
I'd like to see more gym leaders use starters, especially for grass, fire, and water gyms.
Long story short, more difficulty in gym battles.
Number 4.
Better designs for Pokemon. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's
What are you doing?
Shh, who's a good boy?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm playing with my Klefki. Seriously though, we understand that Pokemon is marketed for kids, but that doesn't mean you have to be creatively bankrupt when designing it.
And all the generations had their design flaws, but the newer games seem like their designs are questionable at best.
That's right. But just because a Pokemon has a bad design or doesn't have an interesting design, doesn't mean it's a bad Pokemon. Like, look at Barbara. Yeah, it doesn't have the most interesting design, kind of looks like a beaver, but at least it looks like it could exist, and it's a good HM slave.
We need to go back to the old days of Pokemon, when Pokemon looked like they could actually exist, and they weren't just pigs on springs.
Really? You're going after Spoink?
You don't like flying keys? I don't like bouncy bacon.
Number 3!
Let the legendaries breed. It's been 6 generations. We should have a way to let legendaries breed.
I'd like to see a hold item that you can give to a legendary that would allow it to breed with a Ditto, even if you did have to adventure and maybe solve some puzzles to get it.
And we want to see baby Pokemon. What about a baby Articuno? Or a baby Entei?
In the anime, it's already established that Lugia can breed. At one point, Ash does come across a Lugia, and it has a baby Lugia with it. Now, some people might say that that's not canon to the Pokemon games, but it should be canon to Lugia, i.e., when you find Lugia, it doesn't have to have a baby, but it should be able to produce a baby.
What about Fion? It makes an entirely different Pokemon, Manaphy. And that's exactly what we want. We want to be able to give Pokemon an incense, let it breed with a Ditto, then you get an egg. About 20,000 steps later, the egg hatches and you have a baby legendary.
Oh, now I want a baby Yveltal. It'll be so cute.
Number 2.
Utilize the Pokemon you already have. Now what we mean by that is maybe designing some Pokemon based off of some of the single stage Pokemon you already have. like Miltank and Tauros. They've been around since Gen 1 and Gen 2, and neither of them have evolutions. Why? Or what you can do is you can have them breed together and make a whole new Pokemon. Like a third version, like a Tyrogue, but with a countable.
And what about Lapras? She doesn't have an evolutionary form, and she's been around since Gen 1. She was the first Pokemon I ever surfed on. She deserves better than that.
Solrock and Lunatone, they've been with us since Gen 3 and they don't have an evolution or a pre-evolution.
What about Delibird? He has his own move present, but he can't have an evolutionary form?
There are a lot of Pokemon like this in the Pokemon universe, but the point is it's nice to have new Pokemon, but how about you play with some of the Pokemon you already have?
And the number one change we'd like to see in Pokemon games: involve the community more.
Now, I'm not saying that the Pokemon Company should let just anyone walk through their doors and design or program for them, but we do have people in our community that can help them with these problems.
If you search anything on DeviantArt, you'll find so many cool ideas for new evolutions and new types of Pokemon.
There are people in our community that will take a game and completely dissect it to the point where it has a new map, new gyms, new story, new encounter rates. It's like a whole new game.
Creativity is everywhere in our Pokemon community. The Pokemon Company just needs to look at what we're doing to see what they should be doing.
Minecraft supports its modders. Skyrim does the same. I think it's time for Nintendo to step up and support their Pokemon modders.
Thanks so much for watching, guys!
We do hope you did enjoy the first episode of Couple of Nerds.
One thing we want you to know is we really do love Pokemon, but these are some things that needed to be said.
And these are just our opinions, and maybe something will get done about them, but if not, Pokemon is still a great game.
Did you agree with our opinions? Do you have opinions of your own? Go ahead and leave us a comment.
And the best way to stay up to date with all your Couple of Nerds videos is to subscribe. And while you're doing that, you should high-five that like button. Like that. And Pika, why don't you tell them about next weekend?
Alright, we're doing a double feature for Memorial Day. Be sure to tune in.
That's 2 videos. And until then, I'm Chrome Shadow.
And I'm Pika.
And we're
a couple of nerds.